this is Jade, and sorry about the noise if it gets noisy because I'm at hospital, so it gets pretty noisy. I'm in this little room just outside my ward, and it's kind of connected, it's like a little corridor that's connected to two wards, so my ward and the stroke ward. So there's constantly people coming in and out, so I do apologise. But yeah, so yesterday obviously I released a video saying that today I was going to do a video basically about me, who I am, my cancer. Yeah, so that's basically what this video is going to be about today. I got a bit bored today. I'm rubbish at eyebrows. My eyebrows are falling out. I really need to learn how to do eyebrows because these are terrible. Like, actually terrible. What are they? But they're better than what I've got, which is like nothing at the minute. So I did my nails today. They're a bit short at the minute because they're really like brittle and breakable. So that's the chemotherapy because it kills all living cells. So I just file them really short so they don't like break. So they're really short and stubbly and I don't like them. But it's better than having broken nails. So I used to bite my nails, and as you can see I've got like really good skin around my nails now. I hope you can see. Like the selfie camera on this isn't very great if I'm honest. But yeah, I used to bite my nails. It used to be like a stress thing. And I haven't bitten my nails in ages. I still get the temptation though. And I find myself like trying to But yeah, anyway, so I keep them really short because they kept snapping when they were long here, like especially in hospital when I was having the chemotherapy, and even at home, like they would just snap pretty easy, and I didn't want them to and they kept snapping really short, and it was making the urge to bite them even more. Whereas this thing, even though they're really short, the urge isn't really there, so that's good. But yeah, so me and Mum basically, we have these advent calendars. They're epic. They're actually epic. I will post a picture of it onto my Instagram later, and my Facebook and my Twitter. And yeah, basically it's like a regular advent calendar. We found them on Amazon for like $4.95 or something. They're really cheap. Sorry about the noise, guys. Yeah, and so instead of chocolate or something like that in behind the doors, it's a little 2ml bottle of nail varnish, and you get a different colour every day. Epic, I know. So, but where I've been in hospital, I kept forgetting to bring my advent calendar. So yesterday I did 5, so each nail had a different colour. Today is day 6, so it's like this sparkly number. You can't really see, but I'll post like a picture later. So yeah, so I did that this morning. I thought, well, I've got a friend to come in that I haven't seen in ages, so I was bored. I don't really have much makeup here. I literally have some eyebrow stuff, mascara, powder. That's like literally it. So I can redo like a proper look, but it looks alright. I'm fetching the bald look again today because it's so hot in hospital. I can't tell you how hot it is. They have the heating like cranked right up, I swear. My window is always open in my little bay. In my little cubicle, because, it is so hot. So, the little caps, I've got caps. I've got a wig at home as well, but in hospital, I ain't going anywhere. I don't need a wig. So I just wear the caps in hospital. And some of them are really pretty, like I've got a flowery one. I might post a picture of that later. If I remember. Mind of a sieve at the minute, I swear. There's some really nice, but I'm not really a hat person. I never really have been a hat person. They irritate me. They irritate me even more with no hair. Like, I have kind of like little spiky hairs, but I don't really like have any hair. So when I did have hair, they annoyed the crap out of me, and they annoy the crap out of me even more now because they just itch. I mean, they're really soft. Like, some of them are like that kind of stretchy kind of material. My mind has gone completely blank right now. But like, yeah, and you just get really hot, and there's, like, at the minute, I'm on a 24-hour chemotherapy bag. It's going to make me hot and sweaty and gross and disgusting and, ugh. Like, you don't need extra heat, I tell you. So, I've already gone on for like 5 minutes already, and I just chatted a load of rubbish, basically. So I do apologise. This is like what I'm like. When I get going, I get talking about something, I just can't stop talking. I just go on and on and on. So, yeah, I do apologise for that. But yeah, so welcome to my video. Anyway, so I'm Jade. If you hadn't already guessed by the name of my channel. But yeah, I'm 23. I'm from a town near Brighton in the UK. Just graduated from university. I studied drama. I got a 2-1, which is the second best grade you can get. And to be fair, I didn't care. I wouldn't have cared if I got a third or if I got first. I just wanted to graduate and pass. Third year was hard. I just wanted to pass. Literally, that's all I wanted. So I had my graduation ceremony in September. On the 11th of September was my graduation. Best day ever. I graduated in Canterbury Cathedral and it was amazing. But at that time, I had severe pain in my stomach, my side, my back, my lower back. And the doctors were trying to figure out what was up, why I was having this pain. They just couldn't figure it out. I'd had the pain since the beginning of August. So this is like second week of September now. I've still got pain 6 weeks later. I actually discharged myself from the hospital. I was on the gastro ward. I discharged myself because I wanted to go to graduation. I'd got to a point on that the day before where I was managing the pain with painkillers. Finally, after weeks, I was kind of starting to manage pain with painkillers. I was on a lot of morphine, basically. So I discharged myself, and I told the doctors I will be back on Thursday to continue my treatment, but I need to go to graduation. I'd spent 4 years getting my degree. I needed to go to graduation. I'm so glad I did, because it was the best day of my life so far. Other than meeting my brother, my sister, and seeing my mum get married. So, like, they're the best. But other than that, like, I'm meeting my boyfriend. That first date was, like, amazing. Other than those things, like, so it's in the top 5 of my things, like, so far in my life. And I'm 23, so it's a lot of years so far. And it's in the top 5. It was epic. But halfway through the ceremony, I took painkillers as we left the cottage to go get my robes, which was about 2 hours before the ceremony. And then obviously the ceremony was quite long. Halfway through the ceremony, the painkillers started to run out, and that was hard because I was sat there in pain. And then we all had to kind of process out of the cathedral, all of us graduates. And I was like walking down the centre aisle. My mum could see that I was in pain. I basically got out of the cathedral. All the benches were like a mile up, and I just couldn't walk that far. They weren't a mile away, but that's to someone who's in pain, who can't really walk now, that's how far away they felt. So I literally just sat down on the ground and I didn't care. I really didn't care. So mum finally is allowed out. I have painkillers. It's all good. I wait for the painkillers to kick in a little bit. We then go sit on a bench. We chill for a bit in the grounds of the cathedral. It's a really nice day, so we're quite lucky. September in the UK, especially on the south coast where I live, is usually quite nice. You'll get the odd cold or rainy day, but usually on the whole it's quite warm. It's kind of like a spring day, but in autumn. It's really nice. So luckily, our day, it was nice and sunny. I mean, it wasn't good for me being in like thick black robes because, you know, I was hot. And I had at the time really thick long hair. I do apologise, guys. At the time I had really thick long hair, and I wore it down that day. I never really wore my hair down because of that fact that I got so hot with it. But I wanted to look nice that day, and because, like, I kind of sensed something was up at the time. I didn't know I had cancer at the time, but I kind of sensed something bad was going on. So I wanted to look nice for one final day before any treatment, before I went back to hospital and had to spend however long after the 5 or so weeks I'd already spent in hospital getting better. So yeah, so I was really hot and gross. It was disgusting. But anyway, so after that we have celebratory drinks. It's lovely. My mum, my stepdad and my boyfriend get pissed. They just keep going. It's a free bar, okay, but it's meant to be 1 drink per person, okay. I swear, they just kept going back to the bar, and they would come back with like 4 glasses, 5 glasses, and they would just keep. I mean, I told them to do it because I couldn't drink at the time, so they would bring orange juice. I was having orange juice, so I told them, go for it. It's a free bar. If you can get away with it, get away with it. I don't want to know how many glasses of Prosecco they had. I don't want to know. It was a lot. They had a good time, so I don't care. We all had a great time. I don't care. It was my graduation. We went back to the cottage that we rented. Sorry about that, guys. We went back to the cottage that we'd rented from Airbnb, and we had pizza. We drank. They drank. I had orange juice and milk and water and stuff. I think we're good. They're going. It's fine. See what I mean? Hospital is noisy. You don't get any peace and quiet in hospital, even at night. Let me tell you that. Yeah, it was a really nice, chill day. I honestly loved my graduation. So that's probably the last thing that I did where I left the hospital and had a really amazing time. It was my graduation, and that was the 11th of September. Since then, I've been in and out of hospital countless times. I wasn't actually officially diagnosed until probably a week later. It was probably about a week after my graduation, maybe 2 weeks. I'm trying to think. A week and a half? It was not the next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, I believe. I'd have to check my diary to be completely 100%. I found out that I had lymphoma. They've done all these tests. I can't fault the doctors here, honestly. I've been to gynecology, gastro, surgical, finally ending up on the haematology ward. I've been seen by pretty much every doctor there is in this hospital. Like, everyone got involved. Everyone was testing me for all these viruses, infections, diseases. You name it, they were testing me for it. Like Southeast African diseases and, things that I was pretty sure I wasn't going to have. They were pretty sure I wasn't going to have, but they were literally testing me to tick it off their box and say she hasn't got it. Because none of the doctors could figure out what was wrong. Until I had an endoscopy. They biopsied these cysts that I had throughout my stomach and my bowel. Those biopsies took a while to come back, the result. They did what's called a CD20 test. Now, a CD20 test tests you for cancer or rheumatoid arthritis. But obviously, along with the rheumatoid arthritis test, they test for other things as well. I didn't match anything for rheumatoid arthritis, but I was positive for the CD20. I'm sorry. I've got a cold. It makes me cough every now and again. I do apologise. But yeah, so I was positive for the CD20 test. And because the tests that they do for the rheumatoid arthritis as well were negative, it meant that because I had a positive reading, it wasn't rheumatoid arthritis, but it had to be cancer. It was then figuring out what type of cancer. They quickly figured out it was lymphoma. It was then figuring out what type of lymphoma. That took about 2 weeks. They sent it off to the specialist lymphoma centre near to where I live, which is Southampton. And we had to wait for the experts to get back to us and basically confirm or deny the type of lymphoma it was. After they'd done their initial tests, they quickly figured out it was Burkitt's, but they were trying to basically be 100%, so it still took like another week for them to be 100% sure that it was Burkitt's. So I was officially diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's Burkitt's lymphoma. So there's Hodgkin's and there's non-Hodgkin's. I've got non-Hodgkin's. And out of my type, there's also 2 different types again. So I've got the fast-acting cancer, and there's also a slow-acting cancer. Slow-acting, you have treatment for the rest of your life, pretty much. Mine, it is treatable. But because it's fast-acting, it's fast to affect, and if it's not caught early enough, it's fast to spread. Because it's a blood-borne type of cancer, it spreads quite quickly. So they usually have to start chemotherapy very quickly, and it's usually a very intense form of chemotherapy. So because mine, luckily, was caught early, within about 5-6 weeks of pain, I didn't start treatment then, but because it was caught so early, luckily it didn't spread anywhere. It started to spread. It started to spread into my spinal fluid, but it didn't. They caught it early enough, they started treatment early enough, so the cells that they found in my spinal fluid were quickly gone. Because I have to have intrathecal chemotherapy, which is basically chemotherapy into the spinal fluid. I basically have a lumbar puncture. They take some of the spinal fluid away so they can test it, and then they replace it with a tiny amount that's very strong injection form of chemotherapy into the spinal fluid. I have that quite often. It usually averages I'll have 2 a week, have a week off, have 2 a week, have a week off. That's usually how it's been going. I've had 6 so far. So because they've been doing that, after the first couple, they noticed that the cells they found originally were gone. They weren't there anymore. And even the cells that they did find, they had to really look closely because there was a minute amount of cells that were Burkitt's in my spinal fluid. So they caught it just before it started to spread. So they stopped it spreading. And so far, it looks like it's under control. I need to have more scans and tests, but the CT scans and the MRIs they've done have so far shown that it is just in the one place, which makes it stage 1, which is the most treatable stage. Even though it started to spread, that it was stage 4 at one point because of the spreading, but now it's gone back down to stage 1 because it's only in one place. But yeah, it's a very intense form of chemotherapy, which means I have to be inpatient for a lot of it, which is really hard. Being in hospital so much sucks. It sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Like being away from my boyfriend, my family, my bed, just my bed. Like hospital beds are just, they're alright. Like they're okay to sleep on. It's like a hotel bed. But when you're sleeping in it for weeks on end, you're eating disgusting hospital food, and it's disgusting. I'm not even joking. You get sick of being in hospital. And when I'm home from hospital, I have appointments at hospital, blood tests, intravesicals, clinic where I speak to my consultants. All very important things that have to be done. But even when I'm at home, I don't get any time at home really, because if I'm not recovering from the chemotherapy, I'm at hospital having tests. So it's hard being away from home so much, which I know sounds strange, like, oh, you went to university for 4 years. It's not the same. When you're ill, all you want to do is be at home with your family, have a hug from your boyfriend or your mum. That's all you want. You want to be at home when you're sick. And not being at home is really hard, because for a lot of cancer patients, they come in and they'll be here for a few hours, they'll have their drip and they'll go home again. And I can't do that, and it's very hard. I'm sorry, I didn't want to cry. Oh, God. But it saved my life, so I don't moan too much. I just get on with it. Like I get on with everything else, I just get on with it, because that's what you have to do, isn't it? You just get on with it and you hope for the best. But yeah, so I'm impatient for all of my treatment. But because it's such an intense form of chemotherapy, instead of me having to be here for weeks and like months on end, the average being about 8 weeks of treatment minimum, usually about 3 months worth of treatment, I'm actually only having 4 rounds of chemotherapy. So it's about 2 weeks, then 2 weeks at home, then a week in hospital, then a week, like a couple of weeks at home, 2 weeks in hospital, a couple of weeks at home, a week in hospital, done. I'm on round 3. Technically my chemotherapy finishes tomorrow around midday. I'm on my final bag, which is a 24-hour bag. I will pan the camera around in a minute and show you that. But I have to be on fluids with it to flush the toxins out of my system, so they don't cause like too much damage to my body. They cause damage anyway, but it's just to help. So I don't know if you can see. So that is my drip stand with my chemotherapy on the top. I have 2 pumps. These are called pumps. So this pump has got my fluids in, which as you can see is a clear liquid. And this pump has my chemotherapy in it, which as you can see is actually a yellow liquid today. It's not always yellow, but today it is yellow. And as you can see, I've got about 17 minutes left. I don't know if you can see this, but there's 17 minutes left on my fluids, so I'll have to get that changed shortly. And I have 19 hours and 31 minutes left on my pump with my chemotherapy. So I will be on these drips. Well, I'll be on the chemotherapy drip for another 19 hours, 30 minutes. But the fluids, until my bloods come back as normal from King's in London, I basically have to stay on fluids. Last time I finished on the Tuesday and I didn't come off the fluids till Thursday evening. So I'm expecting it to be the same this time round. So I finish tomorrow around midday, 1 o'clock. So Sunday at some point I will finish my fluids. No one goes home on a Sunday in hospital unless you discharge yourself. So I'll basically be here until Monday now, probably. There's something else I was going to tell you. I can't remember. So, but yeah. So basically, I've got 1 more round of treatment left. I'm due to start it on the 18th of December. And then that's a 5-day treatment, but usually in for about a week. But if I just have the treatment and go home, I'll be going home on the 23rd of, I just felt like it got really dark in here, the 23rd of December. So hopefully, depending on when my chemotherapy bag's finish that day, I can go home on the 23rd, but if not, I should be able to go home on the 24th. So I will have finished my treatment and gone home ready for Christmas. So even though I won't be cancer free, I will be in remission. Basically, I can see the new year with no treatment, which is great. That's amazing. I won't have treatment for this. Unfortunately, I'm very likely to now be in the menopause, or start to, after I finish my treatment, go through the menopause. So, as much as this treatment will be over, my treatment won't be over. If, as they think, I am in the menopause, or I go through the menopause, because of how the chemotherapy has affected my fertility, basically that means I will be having tests, scans, blood tests, tablets, checkups, blood tests, checkups, you name it. And I'll be on medication now for like ever. But yeah, so I mean, that's cool. Like, it's like one of the things you have to go through, so I can't complain too much. But kind of sucks though that I won't be able to have kids most likely, and you know, I'm gonna be in the menopause, so it kind of sucks. But I'm alive and I'm living. Woohoo! That's good. And there are like plenty of ways to have kids. Like, I know I still have my family of kids like running around, and know my family, they're gonna be crazy ass kids. So I'm not even worried about that. Like, the fertility side didn't even bother me at all. It's just like being in the menopause at 23. Like, who wants that? No one. But hey, it's what you got to deal with. Me and my festive wristband. Look at that, nice. Hate these wristbands. They're so annoying. Can I just tell you? They just get in the way. This one actually is a bit too big for me, so sometimes I just slip it off, put it on my table, and then slip it back on again. I'm a bit naughty like that. But hey, you got to break the rules sometimes. But yes, that's kind of basically that. I'm looking forward to going home for Christmas though. Definitely. I've festive upped my room, as I told you yesterday. Like, well, I say my room, my bed, and it's like a little shelving they have in the cubicles and in the rooms, in the side rooms. I don't know what they call them. They're like little cabinets. That's what I call them anyway. So I put like loads of lights on there. It's like epic. I'll post some pictures later. And but back home, I have like a 3-foot tree in my room. Ceiling decorations, tinsel, lights, you name it. I have it in my room. It's epic. My boyfriend said it's a bit too much, having 2 trees in the same house. And I said, wow, you're wrong. So I'm like, you're gonna have to get used to it, because when we live together, there's gonna be trees everywhere, lights everywhere, tinsel everywhere. So, but I can't always go back home to my little Christmas tree. I have a 5-foot Christmas tree, which I normally put up, but when I moved back from uni, I had loads of crap with me, so I had to buy some shelves from my room, and now they take up the space where my tree used to go. And now if I put the tree up, because I have the washing in my room, I will literally have no way of getting in and out of my bed. You know, I'm cool with climbing over my bed to get in it, but my boyfriend, he's got very long legs, and I don't think that's fair. So, and at the minute I have all my hospital junk down that side of the bed, so I kind of need access to that side of the bed. So I decided I'd buy a 3-foot tree and put it on my drawers. So it's all good. We can still have a tree, guys. I'll have to show you a picture. When I go home Monday, hopefully. I will take a picture of that tree and I'll post it. Maybe even do a little video. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. I was going to do a hair loss video today as well, but I need a wee. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. These fluids, when you're on so much fluids, you go to the toilet all the time. And I have to ring every time I go because I have to test my wee. Oh, it's annoying. And my fluids are about to run out in 10 minutes. I need a new bag. So, I'm gonna go. And if I'm feeling up to it later, this evening when my friend's gone, I might do another video. I'm gonna put some cream on my head because, oh, it's itchy. Oh, you get really dry scalp when you have no hair. Like, I never used to get dry scalp. Like, my mum always used to get the dry scalp problem in our family. I used to have quite good... I never got dry bits in my hair. But now I seem to always get a dry head. Now I have no hair. I don't know, but hospital, I have to cream up every day. Or every other day, because the hospital dries your skin out. I don't know what heating they use. Oh, I think that's it. So yeah, I'm going to go. But I might do another video today. I might not. It'll probably be tomorrow now. But I'm going to do a hair loss video next and talk about that. Because that was quite a big thing. That was a big thing. And I'm still going through it with my eyebrows and my eyelashes. My eyelashes not so much at the minute. I only have like one really big visible gap you can see. But my eyebrows, I have to fill them in like every day now. And as you can see, I'm rubbish at doing it. Someone give me some tips. Write in the comments section some tips because I need some tips. But yeah, I'm gonna go now because I only have 8 minutes till I need to see nurse. So thanks guys for watching and I will see you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye.